Okay, so the Yankees dropped a 1-0 game last night in 13 innings to the Seattle Mariners. It was a very frustrating ordeal, a very winnable game. There were a lot of base-running errors, whether it be Andrew Benintendi or IKF, or just coming up short with runners on base and striking out and the worst times, like Aaron Judge and Gleyber Torres. So it was just all in all, a disappointing loss. But the other side of it is there were two aces on the mound. The Yankees couldn't hit Luis Castillo, and the Mariners couldn't hit Gerrit Cole. So it came down to the bullpen. And, the Mariners bullpen just outlasted the Yankees a little bit. And the Yankees bullpen was solid. I mean, Johnny Loizaga did give up the walk-off at the end of the game. But all in all, I mean, for the most part, everybody else was pretty good. And Gerrit Cole, 7 shutout innings, too. Can't complain about that. But fact is, they lost the game. Now, the series is tied 2-2. They have Nestor Cortes on the hill today. Once the lineup comes out later, I'll get it to you. So you know what you need to do if you want to see that. Yeah, I mean, you have an opportunity to take this series, just like the Seattle Mariners did up in New York last week. So I think, some renewed vigor and with some of the bats kind of heating up, even though there was a little bit of an interruption yesterday. I mean, but I'm not surprised, again, because anybody who's hot generally gets shut down by Luis Castillo anyway. So it is what it is. But I'm really, really happy to see Gerrit Cole trusting and utilizing and leading with his fastball. This guy throws 101 miles an hour whenever he feels like it, with movement. So he did that last night. He commanded the plate. He dominated those guys, just like Castillo dominated the Yankees. So now, a couple little caveats, okay? I gave a special thanks to Rougned Odor because the Yankees didn't lose any ground last night, even though they lost. Because Rougned Odor, who was a former Yankee, who's now with the Orioles, made sure of that. He made sure that the Blue Jays didn't win. He helped take the Blue Jays down. So the Yankees did not lose any ground to the Blue Jays, the second-place team in the division. But they've lost ground recently. But thank you, Odor, for doing that. But the crazy thing is, he's part of a very resurgent Orioles team, which are 6 games over 500 right now, and half a game out of the playoff spot. So don't be surprised if they overtake the Blue Jays for some reason and get to the postseason. They still might make it even what the Blue Jays do. So, but it's nice to see, and it's also great to see Boston at the bottom, especially the ones that have been crap talking the Yankees for so long. So, but it is what it is. And speaking of Boston, Chris Sale fractured his wrist in a bike accident yesterday, so he's not coming back at all this year. So that's another piece of news. Yankees news, Anthony Rizzo took basically all full fielding drills yesterday, and hitting and fielding and whatnot. And Aaron Boone said if he's feeling good today, he'll be in the lineup. So that's a good sign too. And once him and Giancarlo Stanton get back here and they're healthy and clicking on all cylinders, this is going to be a pretty damn formidable lineup. Just with the addition of Benintendi, and once Harrison Bader gets some playing time too, we'll get more power, we get more versatility, we get more chaos on the base path, and maybe even some clutch hitting. So that I'm looking forward to as well. But that's the lineup. Not the lineup. That's the recap of last night's game. It was not much to go over. The Yankees didn't score any runs. It was all pitching, and we'll be back later with the lineup. And obviously, we're going to go live since the game's earlier today. It's at 4 p.m. We're going to go live after that instead of worrying about a 1:30 in the morning live stream, which zaps out a lot of people, and no surprise. But that's it right now. I'll keep it coming. Over now.